Now, Wits University and the University of the Free State have returned millions of rands owed to the National Student Financial Aid Scheme. The Special Investigating Unit says the funds paid by the institutions are unallocated from 2016 to 2021. The SIU spokesperson, Keza Khanyago, says the monies were generated by various events, such as students receiving multiple funding sources and changes in the total cost of study for an academic year. He says their investigation found that NSFAS failed to account for funds distributed to institutions and the list of funded students. NSFAS has since appointed a service provider to assist with the reconciliation process, referred to as close-out reporting.
The investigating unit welcomes the payment of 450 million and 438 million made by the University of Witwatersrand, WITS, and the University of Free State, UFS, respectively, to the SIU. The funds paid by WITS and UFS are unallocated amounts from the years 2016 to 2021. These funds were generated by various events such as students receiving multiple sources of funding and changes in the total cost of study for an academic year. The payment made by WITS and UFS brings the total amount received from institutions of higher learning to approximately 1.7 billion since the inception of the NSFAS investigation in September 2022.
Now, in other NSFAS-related news, the financial aid scheme this week finally submitted its long-overdue annual report to Parliament, and that was for the period 2022-2023. The scheme's board has also been dissolved due to organisational deficiencies. NSFAS is currently under administration. For a discussion on this and other related matters, I am joined then by Tebogo Letsie, who is the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Higher Education. Tebogo, thank you so much for the time. Let's just get a clear sense then of where we currently stand. Dissolving then of this committee ultimately with regards to all of this. The SIU saying, well, of course, all of these funds remain unallocated for 2016, 2021. How exactly does the Portfolio Committee then move forward with regards to NSFAS and the financial aid scheme?
Good afternoon, Warabile, to yourselves, and good afternoon to the listeners of Newzroom Afrika. Thank you very much for for having us. Apologies. I think it's very good that you are bringing us immediately after what Prakaiser of SIU has just said about the funds that are being allocated. We do have finally we do have the 2022-2023 annual report of NSFAS. You'll remember that in the 6th Parliament, they tried to submit it earlier this year around February, but the annual report was so bad that the Portfolio Committee had to return it back, back to NSFAS to go and fix. They finally submitted the annual report, as you saw. You now understand why we had to, or the minister had to put the entity under administration, because the management there really did not assist us. And the board, even though they were not responsible for majority of the things, they could have done better in our eyes in doing oversight over that institution.
Tebogo, one can say, however, that despite all of this, NSFAS being put under administration, despite all of those happenings, it is still a necessary element within South Africa's education system at present. How do we make that system better? Does that ultimately mean we need to find the best solution? And what is that solution then right now, considering the process that you've just shared with me with regards to historic events?
Yeah, NSFAS is a serious, or it's an important institution in the lives of our people. I made an example on Wednesday when we met with them, and I said to them, many of us here will not have seen the doors of higher education if it went for NSFAS. It's an extremely important institution. It's too big to fail. It has funded over 6 million graduates in South Africa who have been funded by NSFAS. So what has been put under administration is the leadership component of it. The existence of NSFAS must indeed continue. That is why in April, the administrator, Mr. Freeman Nomval, was appointed to stabilize the entity. And we've seen after he was appointed an administrator, I'm sure even if you can go and speak to students, they will tell you that things are good. There are a number of things that we have told them to go and fix. One, we told them that they must fix their ICT system for fit for purpose to improve the interface between universities, TVET colleges, and the systems at NSFAS. What we've just heard from the SIU is that NSFAS did not even know that they are owed this 1.7 billion. And this is few institutions, about 3 or 4 institutions that have paid back the money. There's more than 20 other institutions that have not paid off the money. The closeout project is still ongoing. So the money might even be more than 10 billion rands. So we are indeed very happy that that work is happening. We're clear that the NSFAS must improve their systems. NSFAS working with the department, they must ensure that this closeout project is finalized as soon as possible, because without this closeout project, we'll not know how much is owed back to NSFAS.
How long then is NSFAS going to be held under administration for? And with regards to that leadership change, what does that then look like?
The minister has, as we said in our statement on Wednesday, the minister briefed the committee that she had advertised for board members with a minimum of master's degree who are going to take over the governance part of NSFAS. The closing date of that was been done. She informed us that now they're busy, they're in a process of shortlisting those who will be given the responsibility. So we don't know whether it's tomorrow or next week, but the minister will be gazetting very soon the names of those that are successful in becoming board members at NSFAS.
In trying to get these board members to really put forward exactly what is needed, not just by the Portfolio Committee on Higher Education, but really the basic needs that are needed for an administration of this caliber, how do you ensure that that is followed through upon? Their answering isn't just to you, but of course to the Minister of Education and beyond then. How do you ensure that they answer correctly and that the processes here are then followed to the letter?
Yeah, that is why the process is taking slightly long, because we said to the minister, don't appoint people that probably do have the qualifications, but they do not have the know-how. They do not understand how big NSFAS is. They do not understand what this country wants to do with NSFAS. So that's why the process is taking long. We've also said to her, once we have appointed these people, before they are given the contracts to start, please inform them that on the contract include a clause that would say at any given time, they must subject themselves when requested into lifestyle audits, because we have realized that some of our people, they enter into these entities as good people, but when they see the budgets that are there, they think those budgets are for them. Those budgets are indeed for young people. They're supposed to fund young people and all of that. So those are the few things that we've said. But these people would have experience in governance. They would come with different expertise in engineering, in ICT, in audit and all of that, which has been a problem at NSFAS for a long time. So we're going to get the best of the best.
Tebogo, what about technological partners here? And I only say that just with reference to ensuring then that getting those processes done is easily followed because there's the right technological partner, the right infrastructure in place for all of this.
Yeah. It's as if, Warabila, you were listening to our meeting on Wednesday, because we said to NSFAS, yes, we agree that the systems are better now. You have a number of companies in ICT that you are working with on different aspects of ICT, but maybe also consider working with CSIR, which has shown that they are one of the best. Work with a SITA, SITA, work with different government institutions that will enhance the capabilities that we have in-house, but also help these other companies, because we don't want the situation where tomorrow we're told that NSFAS system has been hacked, or we're told that they've been hacked and then information has been stolen. Make sure that the cyber security levels are high up there. Make sure that the information interface between university systems and NSFAS is of top quality. If it means we must pay for a system that will make sure that these two, or the TVET colleges, universities, and NSFAS transfer of information flows better, let's do so. And by the way, that has been the biggest problem we've had with NSFAS, their ICT systems.
Tebogo, look, one thing's for sure, if you invite me to the meeting, maybe I'll be able to share the message a lot clearer as well in future. So make me a part of the meeting that will clear this all up a lot more easily. Tebogo Letsie is the chairperson then of the Portfolio Committee on Higher Education there, as we unpack NSFAS and a whole lot more just with regards to the financial aid scheme and how exactly we put that as a better institute, of course, with NSFAS being under administration at present.